Hey, what's going on, guys? Everyday Gunpla here, back with another review. I told you guys double upload this week. We actually might get 3 uploads this week. We'll see how that goes. But today, we are looking at the DouDou model RE 1x100 Efreet Knocked Custom. Now, this is obviously a knockoff from Bandai's Efreet Knocked Custom. I have never actually seen that model kit out in the wild. Again, it's an RE. REs are pretty rare. So, straight out of the box, we have 12 runners, which, whatever. They come with water slides, comes with a stand, which is nice, not bad. And it comes with, I believe, stickers. Yes, stickers. It's not really bad, not bad at all. The book is your standard knockoff book with no cover art. It's got color inside, no cover art, nothing to write home about. But for some reason, again, with these Chinese companies, every single part tells you what you need to build, which runners you need. It doesn't tell you down to the parts like the Mastergrade I did a couple weeks ago that showed you actually every single part you need. But again, I had my gripes about that. If you guys didn't see that video, go check that video out. And let's just get right into this build, because this is actually a pretty straightforward build. It was very easy. I've never dealt with DouDou or DouDou. It's DOU, DouDou, I think. I've never dealt with these guys before. The reason I even picked this thing up was because it was actually dirt cheap to get this to the United States. Now, we'll talk about the pricing later on in the video, you know me, but this thing was actually not bad to build. The plastic quality wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't terrible to the point where I was not having a good time. Very, very straightforward and enjoyable kit. More akin to your standard Mastergrade builds from around this time period. I believe it's using the same frame as the original Bandai Knocked. I'm not really sure. Again, I haven't seen that thing out in the wild. Most Efreets that you see are high grades or just some random one-off like entry grades. I think I saw one of those once. But you really didn't see many Mastergrades of these. You don't really see many Mastergrades of the original Efreet. I don't know why, because this is one of Xeon's most popular mobile suits in the community. If you go to forums, you go to Facebook, Reddit, people love this mobile suit. They love the design. They love that ninja aesthetic. If you look at Grandpa, he's based off of Samurai. If you look at the Efreet, these guys are pretty much based off of modern ninjas. That's the only way I can really explain that. They kind of have samurai helmets, but their kit is designed for get in, get the job done, and get out combat. They're basically mobile suit assassins, which these things were only deployed in certain situations. You see them in the anime, or not the anime. You do see them in the anime. You see this thing in the manga doing hit and run stealth raids, but you don't really get to see it that much in any of the anime. And that, except for the battle of what was it, Tord? Yeah, Tord. You see, I believe it's an Efreet Knocked. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to go back and watch, but you guys will correct me in the comments. But you really get to see it there, and then I believe it shows up maybe 2 more times throughout some anime. But other than that, I mean, for its design, this was made towards the end of the 1-year war, so they didn't really build that many of these things, which honestly, this is a melee master. You get the two heat blades, the heat swords. It does come with thigh mounted missile pods, which is pretty freaking cool. On some of these models, they do come with shurikens, which again plays into the whole ninja thing. They have heat shurikens, They have regular shurikens. They have the kunais. They have regular kunais, heat kunai. I know there's heat kunais for sure. And I believe there might be heat shurikens. I'm not really sure if there are heat shurikens, if I'm being honest. Maybe I got those mixed up with kunais. I know for a fact, though, there are heat kunais. So when you see this thing, there are some versions of the EfreetCustom or the Efreet Knocked that have, I believe, thigh kunais, arm kunais, and I believe shoulder kunais, which is pretty cool. And I believe maybe there's some with waist kunais. I'm not really sure, guys. Like, if you guys want to like refresh my memory. Yeah, this thing was just kitted out to get in your face and murder you. And it's basically the melee version of the Comfort, because Comfort was in your face shotguns, mines. Pretty much the whole kit was designed to like speed up on you, blow you away with a shotgun, missile pods, or excuse me, rocket launcher, the dual rocket, or the dual rocket launchers, the dual shotguns. If you guys have built the Comfort, you know that like that thing has so many ballistic weapons. It's actually kind of ridiculous. You'd have thought though that they would have took these mobile suits here, combined the technologies that they both had and have, and made some sick ass mobile suit, dude. Like something like that was good at like just straight up close range melee and close range ballistics. Oh my god, tell me that wouldn't have been fire, guys. Now I'm just thinking about it, I'm like, damn, imagine if a Camphor and a Efreet had a baby, and that thing carried the heat blades, the kunais, the heat kunais, the ninja stars, 2 shotguns, and maybe had like a shoulder mounted like maybe beam cannon for up close, like a Gatling cannon. Oh my god, dude, that would have been sick. And they kind of like use the design for both, bro. Just like I'm just like thinking about how dope that would be, because like you basically send that thing out to just murder like commanders and shit, you know what I mean? Like you say you're in a battle, you know what I mean? Take this little journey with me real quick, guys. You say you're in a battle and you deploy that suit, like, yo, we need to take out this dude, this specific dude. You send whoever is your ace pilot in that suit, you send him out and he just murders it. He just murders the dude. He's not in there to fight off like 10 dudes at once. He's not in there to do some space magic bullshit. You put a dude who knows how to pilot, who knows how to maneuver, who knows how to fight up close. You send him out, put some stealth technology in this motherfucker, yo. Oh my god. And just, oh, dude, just think about it, guys. Anyways, so the color separation, pretty good. I did paint the face vents. I painted those, the vent piping, and then I painted the waist piping silver. That's pretty much all I did, honestly. My kids spilled a little bit of white paint on this, so there might be some white paint in places I didn't intend for them to be, but that's the name of the game when you got kids, man. You really just roll with the punches at that point. If you guys got kids, you know what I'm talking about. Color separation is pretty good. Assembly, building this thing was so easy. It's beautiful. It's actually really fun to build this thing. It's one of those, okay, this has turned out really cool. Once you start putting it together, it's awesome. Now, this does not have the original Efreet Knocked Customs color scheme, excuse me, because it is a more of a blue color scheme with some red. It's more of like a light dark blue, like a bright ocean blue, maybe a little bit brighter than that, with red accent and white paneling along the curves of the armor and the shoulders, the legs, the hands, or excuse me, the arms, and the bottom of the leg skirts. Those are all white. So pretty much they sent this to you, I want to say, on a blank slate, because this blue that's on this right now, this blue and this grays and these green, it looks like primer. It's not oily, which is great. You can see that it's kind of mattish, you know what I mean? Like, and the reason why it's a little bit shiny is because my hands were a little oily when I was putting it together, so it's a little bit shiny. But it looks like you can just paint over this, which I think is great. And I think they anticipated that people were going to want to paint this like the original color of the custom. So if you guys get this kit, go get the original color scheme for the Efreet and paint this thing, because I'm not going to sit here and say you don't need primer, but I'm going to sit here and say that it's a 50-50 chance you could just paint over these colors, because again, they look very matte, look very almost primer-ish already, like pre-primered parts. So go pick those up, or pick this once, you know, once I have to give you guys a price, you guys will probably pick this up, but pick this up and then, you know, do what you want to it. You got the missile pods right here, which is really good. I like that. Gives it a little bit more, because it doesn't come with guns. You know, it comes with these heat blades here, and you get the missile pods on the thighs, and then the forearms have blades inside them too. You don't really get many accessories with this, but what you do have here is a really beautiful kit, guys. What are the pros for this thing, or the cons? The cons are this thing is wobbly and it's kind of grenadey when you put it together. I can't even count how many times the thing fell apart when I was putting it together, but that's about it. Cons, it looks good, it's easy to assemble. Who's it for? It's for everybody. I mean, this thing, it is grenadey. It is grenadey. Just remember that. How much did this thing cost? This thing costs $17.39. Now, there's a shipping cost on it now of $13. When I got it last month, it was free shipping. So try to find this with free shipping, and I'm sure you guys can get this into your country or into the United States super, super cheap. $17, you couldn't beat that. So what do I rate this kit? With the grenade-ness of the kit, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. So let me know what you guys think of this thing. Tell me if you're gonna pick it up. Again, we're on the road to 1,000 subs, guys. We have 709. Let's hit this mark, and you guys will be entered into a Mastergrade contest. But it's Everyday Gunpla, guys. Let me know. Send me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, man.